And we're live.
Like, now that I know you don't like it, I'm gonna do it more.
Great. I wish I had charm person in real life. Or fireball.
Previously on Curse of Strahd, Relern and Anna were inside the castle. Anna had just been proposed to and laid to rest for the evening.
What?
You were there!
Relern spent most of his time wandering the castle, trying to be rid himself of Vladimir. When day broke, and as he found himself lost inside the castle, he came across a bloodied Van Richten. There, he hid with him, only to have Esmeralda show up. Close behind Esmeralda, however, was Rahadin, who was chasing the both of them through the castle, convincing Esmeralda to run ahead and get the wagon in order to escape with a severely debilitated Van Richten. Esmeralda left, and Relern, in the darkness of that hallway, killed Van Richten. He flew up above the corpse, casting a fireball down at him to finish him off just as Rahadin arrived. Rahadin was not seen since, and Relern escaped through a hole in the roof and made his way to Anna. The two of them made sure Van Richten was dead, and later went studying some books as Strahd had disappeared for some time. Anna had a dream about a previous life, one unbeknownst to her until she saw a name in the crypt down beneath Castle Ravenloft that read Sasha. She had a dream of this previous life where she was married, had a child, and met a young woman named Morgantha, who was to be taking over running their family mill. The dream dissipated just as Strahd had knocked on the door. And we went back to Amadeus, who was living his normal life out in the city of Vallaki. Being the captain of the guard, he spoke to Morgantha, driving her out of town, telling her she was no longer welcome to sell her pies here. She told him that was fine, and that she'd soon leave. Soon after, he discovered a deadly werewolf attack and tracked these werewolves to Argynvostholt, where the Mardukov family was. Strahd appeared to him that night, and in his house with his wife Lenore, offered again to make a deal for her arm. The holy symbol is what he wanted, and when you denied him that, he left amicably, and you made your way to Argynvostholt. It was too late, however, as the werewolves had already attacked. You tried to rescue the few that you could, trapping yourself inside the hold at night. There, you were met by specters, spirits, revenants, who then came for you. Elvir lying dead at your feet. The spirits attacked and you raised up the holy symbol, driving them back. And you then saw the wreckage that was that place, and the daylight from that symbol, the dead ravens strewn about the entire foyer, the entire Mardukov family, all but deceased. Adrian, struggling to stay alive from a punctured lung in the corner of the room, you were able to stabilize him. And just then, Strahd von Zarovich revealed himself, coming down the steps. He told you that you were no longer in a place to refuse his proposal. He gave you the arm, dropping it before you in its leather case, its wood case. And you handed him the holy symbol, it burning the flesh of his hands as he took it, and he didn't seem to mind, or he was too proud to. As he walked away, he said, "I will see you at the wedding." And Anna, who was still inside the castle, was searching, looking around the place, exploring, and saw the red crystal heart that Strahd had constructed break. Crystals flying, shattering. You knew something had done him harm, and it brought this fury upon you to where you called upon Bucephalus, his hellish nightmare horse, from the depths of the castle. It rose up and came to you. And that is where we left off.
What about Glinfin?
Glinfin isn't here right now.
I went camping. Making s'mores.
Just hanging out with my baby.
But with that,
Yeah, you're right.
And my
Yeah.
And what?
and my child.
I said you're. Shut up.
we are going to go to a Vistani camp just south of the town of Valaki. Glinfin, you sit there at the edge of a fire in the late night. You aren't accustomed to having great night's sleep, although you did learn a spell that would help aid that. You sit there now around this campfire with another gentleman who doesn't seem to be able to sleep either. In fact, you heard him screaming in the dead of night moments before. He came up the hill from one of the little hovels that was dug inside the mound. And you realized he was a dusk elf by the look of him, the sharp features of his face, his hair cropped short, and his ears missing. So as he sat down next to you, he didn't say anything. And the two of you sat in silence for some time until he looked at you and just goes, "You can't sleep either?"
Not for a long time. What's wrong with you?
Well, it's nightmares, mostly.
Same here. What about?
My sister. Ever since she died, she just, I don't know. I can't seem to shake it. She's out there somewhere. You?
Well, I have some people out there somewhere, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to see them again. So.
Very vague.
It's a long story, but nightmares seem to be the worst of it. How did your sister die? Well, you can't sleep.
That's fair, I'm sorry.
Stoning. She was stoned to death.
You think she's still out there somewhere?
I don't know. There are many things in these forests, many more underneath these mountains out there. There's a place I discovered not long ago, and I don't know, I feel like she's leading me there.
What sort of place?
I don't really know. There's dark magic there, beneath those mountains. He goes and he points to the south. That peak there, it's Mount Gacchus. Sometimes I find myself in the dead of night. I've stood up, gone to the door, and I start walking out into those woods. And then it happens again. She's there. She's dead. You find anything to help with that?
Well, I have something that helps me. Might be able to help you too. I like to start drawing symbols in the dirt.
Oh, I'm not much for religion.
It's not so much religion, but it might help you sleep.
continue to draw.
Yeah.
And just stands there.
What is all this?
Just helps you sleep. Keeps out the bad.
At what cost? He goes and begins to kind of step to leave the circle.
None.
I have a hard time believing that.
Well, you can take it or leave it. I use it for myself. But if you want to wake up screaming in a couple of hours, you can.
What are your dreams about?
Well, I have a daughter, and there are these people that want to kill her. And it happens every night.
You're there in the camp when suddenly there comes a commotion. And now we're going to go to Anna. You stand there at the precipice of Castle Ravenloft, the small bridge that connects two of the highest towers. There before you is this massive hulking beast, the nightmare Bucephalus, as you've called him up from the depths of the castle. What do you say?
I'll say, ride Bucephalus, find him. You know who I'm talking about? Just whisper it and yell it in his ear.
Okay. The horse, it backs up, neighing violently. You can see just the muscles on it as it reels back up on two legs, and as its hoofs come down, sparks fly out, pittering bits of flame and smoke. It snorts, and fire just spews from its mouth. You're stepped aside as you grab onto where its mane might be. You hoist yourself up onto that horse, and with a few steps, it leaps from that bridge. For a moment, you go falling until it seems to catch itself on nothing but mist and fog, its hoofs clattering in the open space, and you rise again up into the clouds. All of a sudden, as you're surrounded by this haze of mist, the entire world seems to vanish from you. A haze of darkness, green light filters where the moon was, and it all sprays past you in this immense cloud of smoke and fog. You're nearly blinded by it, but you see trees passing by, and underneath you, you see there somewhere up in the sky a moon, but not just a moon, other planets, so far off stars, off in the haze. As you look about, you're no longer in this plane, but you're no longer anywhere else either. You're in this in-between as you've disappeared, and with another bound, as if everything was muffled for a second, it roars to life again, and you step out above the clouds as the horse continues to ride amongst these highest clouds here until it plunges again, disappearing into the ether. You ride for some time until you see the faint lights below you of a city, a town. Walled, you recognize it by its layout immediately. It's Vallaki. And it rushes closed again and swirls about you until it roars back into existence, and you're just there above the tree line. Soaring ever closer, you pass over the town, and now you're quite near the village that you came to before, the hovels. Not that. You are at the Vistani camp. As you are there, you see the horse as it flickers back into existence. Rolling plumes of cloud emit from it. Glinfin, you see this as if out of nothing, suddenly comes this terribly violent looking creature, and atop it is some mistress that you don't even seem to recognize by her face. She turns from you as you dismount this horse, and there before you is a large tent in the middle of this hovel. For some reason, the horse stops right here, its hoofs scraping at the soft earth. It tears at it and lights it ablaze where it stands. You stand there before this tent, open and empty, and you see a figure in the shadows. He steps forth, and you see as another one, his head drops, hits the soft ground with a faint thud, and out steps Strahd. What are you doing here?
I just wanted to look. I'm looking him over for a second.
You see he's in some distraught nature. Just the look on his face is drained of pallor. His lips, though, are ruddy, as if he just fed. You can tell by the look of him, he is not, he's almost as an animal in the back of a cage, trying to escape. He finds himself cornered, shaking. He holds his hands in tight balled fists. He breathes in this lifeless breath and releases, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't expect to see you here. I see he let you ride him.
What happened? I was in the castle, and your heart, it broke. I was
Not so
worried.
much as once before." He goes and takes forth the symbol. He holds it up, and you recognize it immediately. The platinum shines in the moonlight. It's the holy symbol that your brother held.
Is this what you were doing? Getting the symbol?
That night in the carriage, I could not escape it. The light of the morning Lord. This is that light. He goes and rests it in his breast pocket, touching it firmly to assure that it's still there as he drops his hands. The fortune foretold that he would take everything from me. I will not let that happen. Not so close to our day.
So how did you take it? I don't think Amadeus would give it to you lightly.
We made a trade. And no, it was not lightly. There was indeed some coercion. Your brother is fine. He rests within Argynvosholt, though I would not advise seeing him at this time.
What are you doing here?
I am but here on a small hiatus before my true travels. I'll be gone again for a short while.
Where to?
I do not wish to say, but I will keep no secrets from you. I go to the mountain.
Mount Coctex.
Yes. And I beg that you never follow me there.
Why? I've read about it, and so it seems that I.
No, please. It is far too dangerous. For the likes of me, even.
So why go there?
We talk so commonly now of fate. If there is any time in all that I have spent here on this earth, it is my time at the mountain that has showed me fate can be altered. I will take this there, and I will see it destroyed. There is no such easy magic to be done.
But at what price? Can't you just keep it and hide it away?
You are not safe while it is here.
You are not safe while it is here. I see my travels that you are just fine. I should have known, but you shouldn't. You should just lock it away. You'll have to pay some price.
Not the price I have paid many times over. Already. I am willing, I am able. Trust me in this.
How long will you be gone?
A few days. I'll be back before the wedding. He goes and walks over to Bucephalus. He rests his hand on the horse, combing it over. The ear bats at him. See? Lets his hand trail down its mane, the flames going out and then rising back up more violently than before. He pats the side of the horse. He likes you. He does not let anyone else ride him, but I. You should keep him. He will keep you safe.
But it's your horse.
It is a wedding gift, please.
Thank you. I do quite enjoy him.
He rests his hand there on its head a moment. Closes his eyes in a flash of light and smoke. His fist is clenched and the horse no longer stands there. He turns his hand over. In his palm is a small obsidian figurine of a horse. He goes to hand it to you.
Take it.
It rests, it's very cold in your hand. I'll be going now. It will be a long journey and I will be back soon. Promise me you won't go there.
And if I don't? If I don't promise, you will already be there.
I insist. Promise me this. I give you a gift, you give me a gift.
I promise that I will not go in.
Roll for deception.
Yeah, I will not go.
It's not
It is.
very
Oh, okay.
Oh man. Deception.
Yeah.
Ooh, 14.
Oh,
You can tell
Oh
his,
wait, no, it's charisma, so I 16.
yeah, still no. You can tell his face slightly drops. Promise me.
I promise.
I won't go. He grabs you and puts your foreheads together. You feel him there a moment, and in the next, there's nothing but cold air as a mist seems to drift. You feel it like color, as if it would rush down your face before in fright. The cool dew as it falls in a puddle at your feet and sways then throughout the camp, drifting off to the night sky. It covers the moon for a brief moment before drifting then into the haze of cloud, into the night. You see all of this.
Even
Does
the
he hear
PDA.
everything?
Yes, you hear all of this as well. As you're sitting there at the camp. There, standing beside you, is the elf. He taps you. Just keep your eyes down. Keep your eyes down. It's not our business.
Does he recognize me?
After her talking, you do recognize it to be him.
Is Strahd still there? Did he leave?
He did leave.
Okay. I'm gonna just walk towards her.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see a man now coming towards you. You hear his feet before you see him. As you look up from that obsidian horse, you see a familiar face.
Hello, babe.
Glinfin.
Almost as bad as my hello last time.
Wow, it sure has been a while since you and Strahd have taken things to a new level.
You could say that. And you're here. Is Kala here too?
Well, about that, it's quite fortunate that you're here. I was wondering if you know where the rest of the group is. I have a question to ask. More of a favor.
I do know where they are, but what are you doing here? Is your baby here?
No, they're gone. The hags, they found us, so we had to run. And we kept running, but they always knew where we were, so I had to send them away. They left through the mist
Oh, the
in
God.
hopes that soon it would be safe enough for them here.
Against Morgantha.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So I was wondering if you know if the others would be inclined to help me out with a favor.
Does this favor involve Morgantha?
Yes, and perhaps killing her.
I will join you.
Thank you.
I have some business with her.
What's your business with her? I motion that like we should start walking to wherever.
To wherever?
Like as in like
Let's
kind
just
of
start
like
walking.
kind of like motion like we should start walking to where the other people are, just so you get the idea that we should like. I don't want to like I'm in a rush.
It is the middle of the night, though.
Let us wait.
Okay. I'm just I don't sleep very well, and I'm just trying to get my family back again. Seems
Well, why
like
don't
we're
we
not
sit
fated
down?
to be together.
We can sit down and catch up.
Alright.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
walk towards the fire again.
Walk over there.
You see that dusk elf, the one you spoke to before last time you were at this camp. Yeah. He smiles to you but puts his head back down. You see him sitting in a large, drawn-out circle.
Do I remember his name?
You don't.
Okay.
I don't believe he gave it to you, or he might have.
He
but
did at the end. 'cause
Okay.
I said that to him.
Roll for it.
Okay.
Intelligence.
Oh no. Yeah, that's a 2.
He kind of just sits there. He nods, but he keeps his head down, looking at the fire. He looks back, kind of to the circle.
Would you like me to finish, or perhaps you would like
You
to
want
stay up
finished?
and talk with us?
Certainly.
But if you care to sleep, I don't mind.
No, I would care to do both.
Joy remembered that he had bad nightmares.
You do.
Still the nightmares. I see.
They don't stop. Yes, please finish.
I'll go over and just keep drawing in the dirt.
Thank you very much, by the way.
Of course. So, what's your business with Morgantha?
Let's just say she took something from me.
A daughter?
Could have been a son. And a husband. So,
Seems like we have a lot in common then.
yes, but Raylearn is back in Velaki, so he's close. Amadeus, I don't think. He seems busy.
What is he up to?
Normal life. Seems. He has a house now and he's married and yeah. We don't talk very much anymore.
To your own brother. That's a shame.
He doesn't see me as his sister, so we've parted ways. He views me as a monster, so he'll never accept this life.
Is there anything visibly different about her than last time?
You can describe yourself.
I'd be very pale, but you already saw me as that, so I guess I would probably look more regal now. Like I have
fangs or anything?
I have a whole new outfit, like a purple outfit with fur. I have like a necklace. Still my hair is all the same. Probably done up a little bit differently. More like half up,
Do you have
half down.
fangs?
No.
This one.
No,
That's like
but
what
just
I'm
more
looking
regal,
for.
more yeah, it's more regal.
So tell me about you and Strahd then. What's going on there?
Well, our wedding is next week.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So he proposed. He invited us all to dinner too. We had dinner at his castle just a few nights ago. So, yeah, there's not much to say, but there's a lot to say. It's kind of hard to put words to it. But I'm very happy. So, it seems fate has brought us together again.
So if you're happy, why are you going after Morgantha?
I just want to see if she did something. I think she did, but it was just, I have a feeling she did. She hurt somebody that I cared about, both. So, I have a week to the wedding and I'm just bored. There's not much to do. So, I'll join you.
Well, perhaps we should get some sleep and head off in the morning.
I feel well rested. You can sleep.
Alright, we'll do then. I'm gonna get inside the circle that I drew as well. It's like a big
He sort of scoots over on his lawn.
Yeah.
And with that, we are going to go to Amadeus.
It's hard to put into words. How about 40 hours of YouTube
Yeah.
Just read her book.
Coming soon.
Yep.
Coming soon. Next year.
Amadeus. You and Lenore are carrying Adrian underneath his armpits, he has this sharp breath with every step. You've stabilized him, but you can tell he's in an immense amount of pain. The bubbling from his lungs ceased.
He's awake.
He is, but he just seems to mutter to himself. Prophecy, prophecy, prophecy. Total prophecy, prophecy, the prophecy.
Are we just outside?
You are, as you carry him down these large stone steps.
Adrian, I need you. Can you turn into a raven?
He doesn't seem to even look at you as he just looks down at the ground, his eyes unfocused, staring through wherever his head is shaken to. Devils and the prophecies. It's true, it's true.
Also curious, did Lenore see her dead father in the quarry?
She didn't. As the two of you are carrying him, you sort of step down. You're coming towards that large stone dragon statue. You're looking for the hovel that was dug into a small embankment of earth. You start heading towards the forest when you slow a moment. Lenore is slowed. She goes, Amadeus, look. She looks back at Argenvostold, and there you see, within those tall Gothic windows, faint, pale, glowing figures. Wisps. You almost think they might be imagined, but you see them, many faces. They stare out. One of them steps so close to the doorstep, that hearth there, as he comes resting his hand on his pommel of his sword. As he stares out, his hair eternally blowing in this vast gale as it's whipped side to side. Wherever his spirit is in this in-between, here and not here, he's torn by winds. His clothes rustling as he just stares out at you, watching.
Lenore, we need to leave.
She goes, I think it's this way. The two of you head off into the woods, down a small hill, your feet skidding in the pine needles, till you see it there, a blackened doorway, a heavy oak door. You come up to it. Lenore scrounges about in the earth, looking underneath a rock. You hold up Adrian as he mutters continually, prophecy, lost the time of his months of the light. Dry bones, bones, dry the bones, the dry the bones, dry bones. He continues to breathe heavier and heavier. In fact, you think that he's about to pass out from the pain with how quickly his breath comes. He's going into hypoxia the way he just. Lenore finally comes up with the key here. Excuse me. She goes in, her hand shaking as her other arm goes to rest on the door frame. She fingers the key inside the lock, opens it, the whole thing slides out. She bring him in and rest Adrian up upon the table that Lenore was herself after the incident. The entire place is dark. There are, in the faintest bit of moonlight, candles scattered about, but none of them are lit.
Can I continue? I want to heal him again.
No part.
5.
Okay. Describe how you would do that.
I'm gonna place it over where it's supposed to be. So
Okay.
over there.
You see his chest heave greatly, his breath slowing. It bellows out. His breath releases. It's so long before he inhales again, you're afraid he isn't breathing anymore, but he finally. His breath coming slower now, but his eyes remain closed. You stay there for a bit. Lenore eventually going about finding matches, a bundle of twigs she's able to light, and goes about setting each one of these little tea lights ablaze. The whole room is cast in this faint yellowish orange hue. She sits there, resolved to a bench, staring at Adrian through Adrian. What do you do?
I'm just gonna go sit with her. Orange, get some rest if you can. Keep watching tonight. You can leave in the morning.
You see her face turning ugly, pinched. She looks as if she could hit something. Instead, her face breaks down and she begins to weep heavily.
I think just pull her in.
You do that as her body just undulates, her breathing too very hard. She cries and cries. Hours pass before it turns to a faint whimper, and she slowly begins to fade until you think she's asleep. You look down at her and you actually see her eyes open, staring there just at Adrian.
I don't do anything.
There are things that I told you. We are keepers of the feather, keepers of secrets. And there are things that I told you I was not able to share.
Like what?
They're all gone now. Doesn't matter. She says this as if to reassure herself. I have not told you all of the prophecy. Her eyes sit there on Adrian, just drifting. I told you this stranger will return what is lost. He will bring with it the light of the morning Lord, yes. Her head slightly turns up to you to catch your eye. And then shamefully it returns back down to Adrian, just watching him as he breathes slowly on that table. It continues that should he fail, he will join Death's march, and the dry bones will know his conquest.
I don't understand.
Dry bones. The holy symbol is with him now. We've lost the light of the land. I'm afraid for you.
There's nothing we can do.
It is said you will die.
And I'll die. By fighting.
I don't want you to die. You sit there in silence, her staring, those words heavy on your heart. But after the adrenaline had run off, it carried with it all your resolve to stay awake in your eyes, even though your mind is completely focused on those words, trying to solve such a riddle. It too drifts. You find yourself asleep. But as that calm black comes upon you, you find yourself again in your home, in your bed. You're lying there. And it washes over you again that all of this was just a dream. Lenore lays there beside you. You look and see her long black hair. She's turned away from you. You go and sit up a moment to look at her. You think there how lucky you are in all this to have found someone to share this journey as you go. You need to touch her. You grab her arm just gently, but resolute. You go and look at her face and see there red. Her throat cut wide open and split out of it. Drains blood and blood and blood down into the mattress. It pools, and you realize now that warmth about you was not in the blankets. It was the pool of blood, her blood that you're sitting in. You sit up, violently shaking. You stand, you run over to her. You jump up on the bed. As you go, your hands to her throat, trying to stop the bleeding. You see her eyes still wide with surprise, her mouth wide. There, you see now in your hand a knife. And you feel it horrible, sickening. It bubbles up within your own chest, a strange, maddening laughter. It horrifies you, and yet it's uncontrollable, this strange laugh that comes up out of you. And then you see it bubble from her throat, cackling, as she too begins to laugh. It's all a joke. Blood spewing, spattering. And suddenly you wake up, your hands go to your side. Lenore, laying on your lap, she goes and spills forth onto the ground. She backs up away from you, terrified, as you're standing there above her. You're once again in the dugout. Adrian is there on the table, still asleep. What do you do?
I just walk out. I run out.
You run out into that forest. It's daylight. You're not sure what time it is. It's that same gray haze and mist pouring through the trees as you continue to run. And with that, we're going to go to learn.
Creepy dream there.
Oh, everyone's having nightmares these days.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, what the heck? sleeping ever again.
Really learn. You are walking through the streets. Back from Lady Voctor's. Is that right?
Yep.
You are headed toward Amadeus's house.
Yeah.
As you're walking back through these streets, you hear the rolling of wheels. Carts, people bustling about. You hear excited, like, oh, right here. And you hear the faint, small voice, come get him! Come on! You recognize it. It's a child. As you come walking through these streets, slowly you hear the bell tolling. This ding, ding, ding. And then you see her. Her hair tied up in pigtails, now more astray, as if they hadn't been done by an older girl, but maybe they were done by her. You see her there. Pies for sale! Pies! Come get your pies! You recognize Jezebel, the young girl selling pies in a cart. Pies for sale, come get your pies. You see a rather long line of people walking about, like, oh, here's one. She goes, come and get them, 1 gold apiece. What do you do?
I slowly walk over towards her. Towards the cart.
What do you do? And she doesn't seem to notice you as she's passing out pies, taking the money. Thank you very much. Thank you. 1 for you. Cherry or meat, you don't care. Here you are. You get closer and she goes, oh, would you like to buy a pie?
Jezebel, it's like you.
Yeah?
Why are you here?
I was told to sell pies, so now I sell pies.
Sell pies. Who's making the pies?
Well, who else?
Of course, yes.
I'm not allowed to bake yet, but Auntie Morgantha says that she'd teach me one day. Do you want to buy a pie?
No, I would not like to buy a pie.
You sure? They
I'm
help you
quite
sleep
sure.
real nice.
No, I'm good.
Right?
How long are you in town?
Oh, just for today. I don't know why. This is the first time I'm supposed to sell pies, but she says if I'm good at it and I make lots of money, then, well, maybe she'll let me do it again. It's much better than staying around grinding flowers all day. Yeah. Boring, that is.
Well, I bet, yes.
Yeah.
Are you treated well there, at least?
Yeah. Right, well, 1 for you. Thanks.
Good at least.
You sure you don't want a pie? You look like you could use a good sleep.
Huh? A good sleep?
Yeah.
Ah.
Listen, I'm not supposed to, but I'll give you one for free. You were real nice to me.
I appreciate that, but I don't think I want a pie right now.
Why not?
Uh,
Have you ever had one before?
I haven't.
They're real good.
I have heard they're good, but I prefer not to have one. No, at this point in time. Maybe we can split one at some point.
Sure.
Alright.
Right, well, I should probably just keep selling then.
Alright.
Okay.
Have fun.
Thanks, it is lots of fun. 1 for you, sir. Yep, 1 gold. Hey, 1 gold. Fine, give it back. You
I
continue
turn
to walk.
around and walk away,
Okay.
face in my hands.
You continue to walk through that street after what you just seen, rather dazed. So you continue towards Amadeus' house on First Street.
Stupid First Street.
Eventually you get to that door. You open it up. How? Oh wait, you left it unlocked.
I left it unlocked.
Yes.
No, you locked
No, you
it.
locked it.
We're gonna retcon that. He left it
I-
unlocked.
Technically,
Okay.
Mage Hand can't do that anyway.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay. You
It's
did it.
not
You left
true.
my door unlocked?
Yes.
You walk in, everything is gone. His table, his chairs, everything.
Well,
Bud save.
the bud save too.
Oh, okay.
No,
That's
okay.
it.
You walk in, and once again, everything is calm, quiet. But sitting there on the table is a stack of books. No note, nothing that you can see, but something sparks within you, something of your old self. Just books. Normalcy. It's been some time since you've really delved into a book, at least done some heavy reading. You've looked through a few. You looked through quite a few at the castle, but you weren't able to just sit and read. These ones were hand-picked by Strahd, apparently. You go up to them, and as you look through, most of them don't seem to have titles. Many of them are quite old. But they are magical. And that's more than you can say for most of the books that you've come across. One of them is a spell that is nicknamed Blight. It is a means of transferring energy from one living thing to another, absorbing it. And you think to yourself, quite apt, well, if he wanted you to do that, maybe he could just turn you. Maybe he will turn you into a vampire. Maybe then he would unlock something of your true capabilities, you don't know. But you go and you continue to look. Another one has to do with unlocking that which has been locked away. It's the knock spell. One that you've seen before, a very simple spell. He isn't really testing you here. Or is he? The next, speak with dead. You read through this lightly. It seems that if you study enough, this spell, you might just be able to.
for this still too.
Oh, great.
I haven't used it.
Yeah, you might be able to learn how to commune with that which is past. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
12.
12? Okay. With that, you're looking through these books for some time. All of them seem to be in very good condition. Some of them even have annotated notes. You think that you might be able to learn them very quickly, but it will take you some time. You sit down, I assume, we continue to read.
Yeah,
Or what
I'd
would you
like
to
I'd
do?
like to lock the door and go up to the
To the
top
loft?
The loft.
Sure. Yeah, you walk up these stairs and head up to this loft where there's a small window that looks out across the street. And you set your books down there. Continue to read. This time, we're going to go back to Anna and Glinfin. You woke up the next day, you not sleeping throughout the night, correct? But you were able to rest, in that you went into a sort of trance, pondering all of these things that have occurred. You wake up and you see the man next to you, the elf, fast asleep.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Should we head back to the others?
To Valaki.
Alright. I'd like to go over to the wagon and
Okay.
hop on, gesture if you'd
Yeah.
like to hop on the wagon.
You see him walk towards a wagon and you recognize it. It isn't a normal Vistani wagon, it's a single carriage with one horse, and it's a gray horse. You recognize it. The wagon, green, a teal green, and a red roof. You don't see the normal trappings of these nice glass windows that you see on other wagons, but you see bars. And on the back, you recognize it. It's Rictavio's wagon. In fact, as you near it, you smell an animal inside. You hear its beating heart, and you hear that low purr of a great saber-toothed cat that's still inside.
Oops, almost forgot. I'd like to go and throw in one of my wolf steaks.
Okay. Yeah, you walk back there and you hear the as
There you go,
the
kitty.
whole wagon shakes and seems to
When did
attack.
this happen?
A while ago. I mean, he said he had to go do something and just asked if I'd take care of it. I mean, we've been piling around for a while, so trusted me with his nice little kitty cat back here. What's that face for?
I didn't make that face in the game.
Yeah, please don't make that face
I
in
didn't
the
make
game.
that face in the game.
Nothing happened.
Can
It's
I
fine.
investigate
Yeah.
her reaction? to
I
saying
didn't
this?
make anything.
Oh.
No, because you're not looking for anything.
Yeah, nice try.
Would you like to hop on?
Let's go.
The two of you ride down from that encampment. And you go through this very narrow road, but it is traveled by wagons. It has ruts, although some of it is overgrown. You have to get off every once in a while to pick things out of the way. It takes you longer than it would have if you had walked, but you clearly have cargo.
Something to take care of.
You continue for some time, and we're actually going to jump back quickly to Amadeus. You were caught in the woods by Lenore. The two of you deciding that you should return to Valaki. But you also have Adrian to take care of. It'll take you some time to get there on foot.
Wouldn't be able to lift them on my back with my regular form.
We could, no, you would not. Yeah. You
Obviously, right.
get back to the dugout and he is awake. He's sitting up there on the table, kicking his feet. He slowly hops down as he sees you coming. He limps a bit. Looks like you're the last of us.
We should go.
Where?
Milwaukee.
Danica isn't too fond of me.
I'm not asking you. You can either stay here, and I can leave you here, or you can come with us. I'd rather not stay here.
I don't expect you to. Thank you. Last night.
Try to save as many as I can. Most of them were already dead.
see his face, always very hard, his lip trembling as he grabs it and pulls on it.
Are you able to walk?
Yeah. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine.
Can you fly?
With time. Sure.
Well,
Go. You have to go. Go.
you're not coming?
There's nothing for me there.
Okay. If you need anything, just know where to find me.
We do.
Alright, I'm gonna walk out.
You begin that long walk. As you come up with Lenore, I assume you turn back to your raven form?
Yeah.
Your were-raven form. Okay. As you walk out onto the road, Lenore shifts back into her small raven. She hasn't said much since. Her wing missing, you take her up, fly off into the daylight. You near Velaki. You see the walled gates off in the distance. Assume you sat down there. You don't think anyone saw you, although you haven't been the most careful, as it is daytime. It's more dangerous to be seen. But then again, who is going to stop you now without this order of were-ravens? It's really only a secret for you and your wife and the few other Martikovs left. You set down, walking then to Velaki, the gate's already open. I assume you go to your house.
Absolutely.
Learn.
Actually, I want to go to the Blue Water Inn first.
Blue Water? Okay. Psych.
Okay.
You go to the Blue Water Inn, and you step in. It's more lively than you've seen it ever in most recent days. There's quite a few people inside eating breakfast, sharing meals. And there you see Danica behind the bar there, serving. There you go. That's 4 silver. Yes, that will be for 3 nights. Yeah. Luffy's back.
We should talk.
Talk about what?
Privately somewhere else.
She can tell by the look of you, and her eyes dart to Lenore. Okay. One moment, please. She smiles to a couple of her patrons as she goes and takes you back towards the kitchen. What's wrong?
The amulet's gone.
I'm sorry?
The amulet is gone.
What do you mean? It is gone.
I trapped some werewolves heading towards Aubrey Lost, but I was too late. And most of them are dead. Yeah, I'm strong.
Her face drops, goes pale. Excuse me. She steps back towards the sink and just puts her hands there in the water. She begins to wash dishes. She sits there in silence for some time, just going about her task. Lenore finally comes up to her and places a hand on her back, and the two of them break down together there in the kitchen. It grows louder, and you thinking that others might hear. This lasts some time. Lenore is able to kind of catch herself. And I'll take care of her if you want to check on things.
Okay, thank you.
Come here. She goes and back to her cousin. What are you doing?
I exit and I go towards my house.
Okay.
Instead of hearing my wife.
You walk in towards your house, and you notice once more your door's locked. Something strange about the handle. It's slightly different. It looks newer than before. Had been replaced. You go and you put your key and it still works. The thing.
I just walk in.
On alert. You hear the flipping of pages.
Do I hear him?
You hear door open. Yes.
Okay. I'd like to keep holding my book. Is there like a ledge here?
There is.
I get
Yeah,
my
it's a
book,
it's a
right?
banister. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a banister.
I'd like to hold my book and just stand up, cast fly, and walk off the edge of the banister. Catch myself right before hitting the floor, upside down.
Upside down.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so pretty.
Young. You see him there. As he drops down, your bow ready, pointed at his face.
I put it away.
Oh,
I see who it is.
okay.
I close my book. Amadeus.
Lord, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I set myself down normally.
Also, why are you here and how did you get in? No, I'm not. You don't need to answer that. I saw the new door handle.
Your door happened to be open after I bashed it a few times.
I'm sure.
And I fixed it, so it's
Seems to be
fine.
the only way you get in these days.
It works.
Why are you here?
Well, it is a house where I'm not seen by other people. That is free, no rent. And I thought, we're still kind of pals.
Sure. Do you need something?
No? Okay.
I really don't have time. I have my place.
No, of course, I will be out of your way. I do not intend to intrude on any of your space while you are here. Has something happened though?
They're all dead. All already lost.
All of the other Barbarians.
You hear a horse
It's all coming together.
Well, not the Lord.
just outside.
There. But they're all gone.
Are we outside now?
You are.
Do I don't know.
Amadeus, I'm so sorry.
You don't know the address?
He took the symbol too.
First street.
First street.
I never
If I hear first, you
Okay, never mind. The horse leaves. It was a different horse.
I think we were also having a conversation on the right a little bit.
Okay.
She seemed like she wanted
What is
to
happening?
do something.
Continue.
He took the symbol.
He took the symbol. Who do you think killed me?
He killed all of them.
Nora's still alive. Adrian somehow still alive.
Well, that's not really a gain, I guess.
But the rest of them. We saved the kid.
I'm terribly sorry. I wish I'd been here sooner. I was coming to see you before, and really I got here, no one was here. And
I don't think it would have mattered. I was too late when I got there.
Is there anything I could do now?
No.
Is there anything you could help? I can clean up around here a little bit, I guess. Oh my
Get rid
gosh.
of the blood stain.
The bloodstain. I can certainly try. I don't know if I really can.
Good.
I'd love to.
Do you have a spell to put an arm back on?
You know somebody.
Or a video one that can.
I do know someone, but you're not going to want to meet him. I barely want to see him again.
Then I'd rather not.
Whoever
you know.
There, with whoever.
Yeah.
Stop right there.
Yeah.
With I know someone, but you're not gonna like it. And with that, we'll go back to the two of you. I don't like him, whoever it is.
Yeah,
you don't
you
like
don't
it.
know.
So true.
Well, if Verlaine doesn't like him, I'm probably not gonna like him.
The two of you continue to ride in your wagon. Okay. The two of you continue to ride in this wagon, pulled by that gray horse. Glinfin getting down every now and again to pick up larger branches and hoist them out of the way, using his mage hand sometimes to lift them and throw them aside if they're smaller. But you made your way out of this forest and back onto the main road towards Valaki.
You seem like you were wanting to tell me something.
Octavio is not coming back.
Where did he go?
He's gone.
I know, that's why I'm watching his card.
No. He's gone.
I love it.
He's dead.
How?
He was killed.
Who killed him? The magnificent Octavio? How?
He wasn't that magnificent. He was very arrogant. He broke into the castle. It was his funeral. Verlaine killed him.
Visible anger. Oh. Okay.
He was not a good person. He had things he was going to do, and he broke in, and Verlaine had his own reasons. Don't hold it against him, but he's not coming back.
What could have warranted killing him then? Has he not been anything but helpful to us?
No, he's not. Not to me and Verlaine.
Jill.
Sorry.
I don't understand. Last time I saw him with you, he gave us gifts and gave us joyous greeting.
You look down at the cane that you hold that was Octavio's.
What happened between you?
He was just going down a different path. He didn't choose the right one.
Okay.
I thought I should tell you since you're taking care of this animal, and it would come out eventually, and I'd rather give you time to process before you see Verlaine.
Well, thank you, I guess. Just gonna sit in silence for the rest of this right.
You
The bus.
you enter the town of Valaki. Surprisingly to you, the gate is open, which is not common.
No interaction with the gatekeeper this time? Keep our gold, I guess.
The last you remember, you were throwing Izek out of a window. Not Izek, the Baron out of a window. What am I saying? The Baron out of a window. He's no longer Baron.
Who took over as Baron now?
Lady Vakta.
So I guess the funeral thing worked. How's she doing?
She's she's doing quite well. She's
Taking care of the town at least, better than the last.
yes,
No more freaky parades.
not that I know of. Don't think so. Looks normal.
Alright.
You arrive at the Blue Water Inn, where you've been many a time before. You see it once again lively with people. Assume you dismount.
Yes, sir.
Glinfin, I was thinking I would go see Lady Wachter.
Would you mind pointing me to where the others are?
I don't know. I don't know where Amadeus has a house here.
Alright, well, I'll go see if the
Do you want to
innkeeper
come
knows.
with me and then we can find it after, or catch up with you later?
We'll catch up later. Alright, I go into the inn.
Anna, you continue on foot. You dismount from that wagon as well, and you walk down the street as Glinfin enters the inn. There you see it once again with people, and it's a nice, friendly, just homey feeling, as if none of what had happened at the winery ever occurred. As if those people hadn't all died from the poison, the druids, and the wine. No one is behind the bar, however, and you actually see a couple patrons like pounding on the front table there, like, "Hey, we get some service out here." No one comes back from the kitchen. He goes and reaches up behind the desk, behind the bar, grabs out a bottle of wine, begins to uncork the bottle himself, and raises it up to his mouth. "You want some?" He hands it.
No thanks.
"Seems it's free." He goes and shouts back towards the kitchen.
Do I see any faces in there that I've seen before?
Mostly Barovians, none that you really know, people that you might have seen performing before.
All I do is find this person and just ask, by any chance, do you know of Amadeus? I heard he has a house here.
As you ask someone, you hear someone, actually, they poke their head over. "Amadeus?
Yeah.
Yeah, the town, head of the town guard."
Oh, good for him. We used to be good friends back in the day,
Oh.
I guess now.
Right.
I was wondering if you knew where his house was or where I could find him.
I don't know the address. I think it's on First Street.
Do you know anyone else that might know the address?
I don't know. Hey, Colin, you remember Amadeus, where he lives? He goes, "Yeah, why? Like, what's his address?" "Well, I don't know the number." Colin knows, but he doesn't remember the number.
Alright, First Street it is. Just walk out and grab my
Right
card
then.
and head that way.
Okay.
Do I know where First Street is?
Um,
Head towards that side.
Good
I want to find the
question.
First Street.
yeah, you go looking for signposts, and eventually you find it.
Yeah.
With that,
Go to
we will
First
go
Street,
to Annalie.
Yeah, that's your name, by the way.
Just in case you forgot.
Do you guys call her Tatiana now or
I call her
Mhm.
Tatiana.
Mhm.
All right, Annalie, you walk up towards Wachter House, the new Wachter House, where the Baron's mansion was. And before you even get there, you see a gentleman open the door. Annalie. For you.
Can I say as I pass him, Tatiana?
Of course, miss. My apologies. Please, welcome. The lady is expecting you.
Thank you.
He goes and closes the door behind you. And there you see ladies in one of the side rooms there. They're sewing something together. A large array of white cloths, all of them dainty laces and all of it sewn together. Oh, close the door, close the door. Excitedly though, as someone goes, sorry miss, closes the door before you can see. So you continue down the hallway. You see there, up on the banister, is that my favorite person?
Hello, Lady.
Oh,
Lucia.
it is! She comes down the stairs. Oh, I have missed you so. Come here. She comes and mwah, mwah, kisses you on both cheeks. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
You look it.
Thank you.
I keep busy.
I see.
Very busy. It is quite exciting.
Yes, I'm sure you've heard.
Yes, I've heard. Okay, there are some things I'm not supposed to show you and some things I can show you. This way. She goes and takes you over to the study where you see there is a large array of lanterns and candles, all of them being assembled there, and some kind of coming in artisans working, doing small little bits of metalwork, stringing up these lanterns. Do you like them? Thought they're quite regal.
I do.
They should fit nicely on their stands. Yes. What do you think of all of this? They go and show you there is a large array of foliage, different patterns of flowers and leaves, all of them. Now, these ones will die, of course, but we will get more and we'll put them in these bouquets just as you see now. I wanted them sort of prepared before so you might, get a glimpse of what is to come.
What are the colors?
Orange and green.
They're beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I knew you'd be able to, go above and beyond, as you always do.
I thought it would match your hair quite nicely.
Thank you.
Well,
Very thoughtful.
of course. Is there anything you came to see me about specifically? I know you're quite busy.
No, I just came to town and I wanted to see you.
Well, I am excited for you.
Thank you. Has anything been happening with you in the town?
Oh, so very much, yes. Your brother now is, of course, a homeowner, and of course, I'm sure you know he's town guard, and he's doing quite a terrific job.
I did hear he was in the guard. I didn't know he had home here.
Oh, no? Ernst! You see the man? Yes, miss?
I love her.
Would you please get Annalie the address to her brother's house? Of course, miss. Lady. He goes and bows and goes and walks over to a study where he begins rifling through some things. A moment later, he comes back out. Here is the house, and if you would like, here I have a spare key.
Oh, wait a second.
There you are, miss. Anything else I can do for you?
No, that's alright. Thank you, Ernst.
Yes, of course, miss.
Hugo Amadeus's house, common item.
Is there anything else you would like
How
to
many
add,
more of these are?
Lady Buck, before I switch?
Her relationship with Strahd. Just how long does it go back?
Well, my family has known him for quite some time. My great-grandmother, well, she knew him back before, well, all of this occurred. Yes. It seems, though, that many of her memories are lost to time. I don't know much, but I heard he was quite the nobleman. Yes. Very proud family. Very just.
Do you remember the stories of his family? His mother and father?
Yes. Very little, but it was said that this was their homeland not so horribly long before. That it was taken by some invading army. I'm not certain the name. In fact, I do believe it was intentional that way. But Strahd had returned after his father's death, and with his own army, he reclaimed this land.
I didn't know you guys went so far back.
Well, I do not know him quite so personally as my great-great-grandmother did, but, you know, I hope to. Could not be a bad thing. It seems I've made the right friends.
Yes. Thank you for everything you've done.
Certainly. Is there anything I can do for you?
If I think of something, I know where to come.
Certainly. Feel free to just, you know, lay about if you would like. Order the servants, they are there for you.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'll let you get back to everything. I know you're very
Right,
busy.
yes, I hear you. Back to work. I will.
What?
She goes and walks back. Thank you for stopping by.
Of course.
Now, come back here. She goes
Thank you.
chasing a lady down the hall. Hey!
I chuckle and then I walk out the front door.
And with that, we will come back to you two.
We're getting there.
Man, rounding them
He's
up.
coming.
Come on, let's go, guys.
See, I told you to come with me. Kid's got the key too.
The two of you are there talking when you hear someone walking outside the street. It's just another passerby. Are you doing anything trying to find this house?
Oh, well, if I made it to First Street, I
You
would
did.
just like
Yell.
yell on my
Yes, you hear faintly outside the window. Amadeus.
Who's calling your name?
I don't know. I should check it out. I'm gonna open the door.
Okay, you open that door.
Do I see him?
You see him standing there.
I push past on the base to try to see who's out there too.
Do I see him open the door?
I'll just let him. I'll let
You,
him mess with him.
he's in. You don't really see. You see a door open, and you see a head kind of poke out.
I recognize him, right?
You do, yes.
Do I see
Glinfin?
Oh, he's called.
Alright, I'm gonna hop off and run to him and say, Amadeus, so good to see you again. Congratulations, I heard you're married.
Yes. Yes, I am. Thank you. What are you doing here?
I came just to say hi and ask a quick favor.
Yeah, you see him now, and you see now Relern standing in the
Glinfin.
doorway.
Oh, hi,
Glinfin, is
Roland.
Is there like a look on your face?
No, I just I was very joyous to see you and gave you a hug, but I'm just gonna step back out of the doorway. Oh, hi, Ruler.
I come in for a hug though.
I'm
Glinfin,
just-
how are you?
Just gonna let you stand.
Have I done something?
Well, I mean, last time we saw each other, you tried killing an innocent child, but I mean,
No. That's not what I
It's
did.
true.
That's not what I did.
Glinfin, what is the favor you need?
Dear God. Three of you.
um,
No, but you think I was trying
well,
to kill
first,
this
how has
kid
your
too?
life been? I hear that you've gotten a job and what a beautiful house you have.
Move this way.
She lost her arm.
I'm so sorry.
Can I try to cast mending on the blood puddle?
She's
So
I'm gonna
staying
go
back
blue water
inside.
in.
Yeah, I'm going back inside. I feel weird after that.
Is she, as well?
Yeah, yes. Yes, that is how it works.
Very fun for you.
Well, come in.
What is happening?
You see Relern there, just kind of kicking about as he is casting mending on the floor. You see wood splinters coming from vapor and dust, knitting back into the floor.
There we go. Snitching.
Knitting back into the floor. As they kind of, as they pound back together, the wood straightens where it was crooked, but the blood stain only seems to grow slightly more vibrant.
I'm just gonna go. It doesn't work, you see. I'm gonna like pull my jacket back and reveal there's like a stain right there.
What happened with that?
Mending doesn't work like that.
What happened?
Just stains. Need a
All
new
right.
spell.
I guess so.
No.
Okay.
But I've tried mending many times before on my own clothes.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
What brings you into town though, Glinfin?
I know it's been a while, but you know those hags we had to deal with?
God, yes, I just ran into Jezebel earlier, actually.
You what?
I ran into Jezebel manning the pie cart.
Is she one too now?
I don't believe so. Not yet, at
That's
least.
interesting. I saw Morgantha in town before I left.
Really?
And I told her to leave. She said she would. I guess that was her leaving.
I guess
and
she
not coming
did.
back.
Yes.
Well, my favor has to do more than you asking her to leave. Seems that they weren't quite fond of our trickery, and they've been chasing me and my family since I left. They've
Really?
been haunting me every night. I had to send my family away through the mist just to be safe. But
Oh,
I
I
very
guess they
do
can
long
go
to see
through it.
them again, and it seems the only way to make it safe enough for them to return is to rid ourselves of the hags.
I would not mind ridding this world of them.
I'd love to help, but
Well, I'm sure ridding of the hags would be a lot safer for the townsfolk as well. You don't have to worry
I
about
don't disagree with you, but I'm just not in any sort of good situation to leave right now.
I see. Well, I hear your sister's engaged.
Glinfin, you're such a way with words. With segues.
Thoughts? I remember you were quite fond of the man she's engaged to.
Couldn't care less.
Alright then.
So, how have your travels been then?
Terrible.
Terrible?
Yes.
How
Yeah.
long have you been out without your wife and kid then?
How long have I been gone?
You've been gone about a month.
About 2 or 3 weeks now.
Oh, so most of the time you've been gone then.
Yeah, I realized there's nowhere safe for them here. That
Really?
the only way to keep my child safe is to send her away.
Where have you been hiding out then?
Here and there, Vistani camps.
Oh, you've been
Just
hanging with
running.
Vistani then. I see.
Yeah, I met up with Rictavio for a while.
You did?
He's currently taking care of his cat in his cart, just waiting for him to come back sometime.
Interesting.
I haven't seen him since I saw him in the castle.
Oh, you went to a castle?
Yeah,
Yes, we went to Strahd's castle, yes.
Yes, yeah. I
Had
had
dinner-
planned.
Had dinner with
but
him.
I had to leave.
Hmm.
Told me to meet him in what's the catacombs?
The white.
Wine cellar.
The wine cellar, but I didn't show up. I hope he's okay.
I do too. This cat is quite bothersome.
Mm. Last I heard, Strahd was sending Rahadim after him.
Unfortunate
How did he
soul.
find out that he was in the castle?
He not only told him.
Oh. Why?
He was in the way.
I can understand how to leave, but you.
told him because he's in my way. He is not someone who
In your way for what?
would help me, help gain anything. Whereas the other person in that castle, the man in that castle, will help me gain something.
The man who just kills and kills and kills.
But you say just kills and kills and kills. But I've only heard of one instance of this.
Yeah, it was
And
families and children
yes,
and fathers and
and
mothers,
I'm
and you're okay
well
with
aware
that.
of that aspect of it. I'm not okay with that, Amadeus.
Well, you're the one who seems to want what he has, so
I want the power that he has. I don't want this mindless killing.
So you've given up on your previous all-powerful master?
He's useless at this point.
Hmm.
Mordenkainen, his mind is gone. There's nothing that can be done with him.
did you see him?
I didn't tell you. I saw him in the forest on my way to Kresk.
And how did that interaction go?
That interaction is why I believe this way, because at that moment he saw me and he started mindlessly attacking me. He threw fireballs and all manner of spells that he has access to, which is quite many, just thrown at me. And though he may be very powerful, there's no saving him. There's no point dwelling on that. There are things that I want to change, and there are things that can't be changed. Since I have the power that I require, we'll find out what those truly are. But for now, that seems like something that's not going to change regardless of what I do.
Strange how many of these all-powerful beings have some sort of madness about them.
You see an octopus in that glass orb swirling about as it looks to you. It almost looks afraid.
I glare at it.
Do we see the octopus?
Roll for perception.
Do I see him glaring at my octopus? If not at the octopus?
Roll for perception.
I have a 16.
Yes. Okay. You notice the octopus moving about,
I
although
have
it
a
makes eye
16 as
contact
well.
with him. Okay. You do see after a moment you look from Amadeus back to Glinfin, and you see his eyes cast down at your octopus.
What is with the octopus? You never really told us.
He's my companion, my friend. For some reason, seems like the only one in this room right now, but
You see, the both of you see the octopus kind of just droop down a little bit. Its expression very lifelike, animated, but looks discouraged at that and sort of turns back, seeming to shrink away as it swims about in the pot. And then
thought you were gonna say something.
Yeah.
at the door, Annalie, what do? You come to First Street 113.
I open the door.
Was it locked?
No, it shouldn't be. Y'all are there. What the hell?
You brought the front
I'm not gonna hear the key.
You step in. You all hear this door open, and Annalie is standing there in the doorway for the first time. You're seeing his house, and now you see the three of them standing there. Ooh, pass me that, please. Thank you. Amongst each other, in the middle of his main dining room. They all sort of turn to look at you.
Hello.
Don't even think about walking in.
What do you in your house?
Get out. This is my house. You are not allowed here.
No,
Yes.
make me.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to a were-raven.
Okay. Yeah, you see this
I don't think
man
need
shift
for
in
this.
form. You see his clothes tear as two black seraphim wings rise out of his back, and he begins to hulk over. A beak protrudes then from his face, splitting skin, and it opens with these large snapping noises. Two rocks beat together.
I'm going to very loudly yell what the and then profane word with custom to this town. As this is the first time I've seen this.
He's just saying 9 hells. That's a good. 9 hells. Okay, what do you do?
Stops.
You back up where? Just back
Just
in?
kind of, yeah.
Towards the wall? Okay.
Yeah.
You see him do that. What do you do?
I grab a chair.
Okay. Yeah, tell me
Oh
what's
my
happening.
God.
You grab out your spear, you hold it in front of you.
I'm gonna wait though. I won't make the first move.
I'd like to yell out, Amadeus, there's no need for this.
Can they understand me in this raven form? Or just the
Yeah, you
raven?
can speak. You can speak in common.
There's no need for any of this fighting right now. I get
They're
it.
all dead.
I know.
Because of
It's not because of her though.
she's with him.
So anything that he does, you're going to immediately assign to her as well.
She walked into my house. This is my house, is it not?
She's not fully in there. I walked into your house. You didn't come at me like this.
You're already in here.
I was already in
I
your
don't see
house.
you as a threat.
She didn't even pull out her spear yet, and you already see her as a
Doesn't
threat.
need to.
Let's just talk about this from right now. I get it. I get the reaction. But let's just relax. Just a minute.
Not until she walks out.
What do you do?
My hand's just on my spear. Ready in case. I'm just listening.
Will you please just stand right outside of the door? Just for a second.
Amadeus can talk directly to me, Miller. He is still
I-
my brother. I know. I know you're trying to help. I should be able to walk in the door. I've done nothing to you, brother, and this is how you treat me.
I need you to leave with Glinfin for a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
Would you like to come
You
with
got
me?
a squeeze past
No, Glinfin, we can just
No,
go upstairs. There's a study up there.
You sort of
I've been there for hours at this point.
He shimmies past her through the doorway.
No, I'm out.
Steps back over towards his wagon out there.
I will leave then as well.
Okay, you step in further, just let him pass.
Oh, she ain't touching me.
Okay. Yeah, now you're stepped
So,
inside.
I'm gonna turn back in line. Keep it
Yeah, your clothes now ragged, so they kind of hang off of you, split.
I got you when I get back in. I
Why
got
do
you
you
when I get back in.
why do you treat me so poorly? I've done nothing to you.
The Strahd has.
Such as? What has he done to make you hate me so? I understand you see me as some monster, but this is who I am. I cannot unchange this.
You almost killed me one night.
Explain.
I was with Lenore retrieving something the night she lost her arm. and Strahd were there. You were gonna go for her, but I stepped in front. And you bit into my neck.
I see. At Yester Hill, is that what you're referring to? Is that why you've treated me so poorly
I
since?
tell you
No.
this too because you told me.
Strahd.
Oh, I'm listening to the door.
Oh, fair enough.
This door is closed.
Yeah, like,
Just
I
like-
laugh, but I'm
Yeah.
serious.
It's fair. Strahd killed them all.
Killed who?
All the ravens. All the kids. All the mothers. All the fathers. You're with him, so if you're with him, you're against me. I have every reason to hate the both of you.
When did this happen?
Last night. He wasn't too fond of me saying no to him taking the amulet. But obviously I gave it to him eventually.
I wondered what happened. I did not know. I'm sorry that happened to you.
That sorry doesn't make up for anything.
I'm not trying to make up for anything. I'm just.
I don't want to hear it.
I know my apologies don't mean anything. That is not why I give them. I give them because you are still my brother, and I still care for you. Of course. You do not
You're
deserve
still my
it.
sister. Your name would be Anna, and you would be on my side.
Why do there have to be sides?
Why does there have to be sides? I just explained why there has to be sides. He's not a good guy. Nothing about him is good. I can't believe you even trust him.
You should have given him the amulet.
No, I shouldn't have. I should have let him just kill me. Right then, right there. I should have took my chance. I'm gonna go towards the door and open it.
You do that and you see
When I hear the door handle turn, I'm gonna step away.
you see him. Okay, roll for stealth.
So good.
Oh.
16.
16. Okay. There. What are you doing when you step away? You just turn to learn.
I was
Did I like notice him close to the door at all? Or?
You didn't. He was actually pretty stealthy. So as you open that door, you kind of just see them leaned out on the side of the wagon, looking at his feet. Learn, what are you doing?
I'm just hanging out, looking at my watches, winding them.
Yeah, you just see them both looking down. The door opens. They both kind of look up at the same time.
You could just come back in.
Thank you.
Glinfin can explain to us what exactly we need to do. We need our help.
Well, I've already talked to Annalie about this. The hags need to be dealt with.
We need her killed.
Yes.
You keep
And-
saying hags. Isn't there only one?
There's a coven of them. And from what it sounds like, Jezebel's the newest member.
There's
A full
mul-
member.
There's multiple.
Yes. They've been reaching me in my dreams, haunting me, and there's no way one of them could have done that on their own. There must be a coven. And by the wisdom of Rictavio, he has let me know that the best way that we can deal with them is to pick off their weakest members at a time. Because if we take them on full force, they'll be way too strong for us. But if we can separate them and take them one at a time,
Well,
it'll weaken the bunch.
doesn't Morgantha usually come to town?
Not
We
anymore.
can.
It's Jezebel who comes to town now, apparently. I saw her earlier.
And as terrible as it sounds, we need to find out if Jezebel is a hag.
How do you find out if someone is a hag? What Prince.
I'd like to play a game with her. So next time she comes into town,
You're going to play a game with her.
Is she not still here?
She might be. I don't know how long she didn't say how long she'd be here.
Worth checking, but
well, let's go find out.
I need to run up the blue water and I'll
I
check
don't-
with you guys.
I don't know. What are you planning to do with her though? Then
Well, I'll let you know if she's a hag or not, and it seems some people in this group don't mind killing. So I'll let them take care of the rest.
and who are you implying there, Glinfin?
Let's go find Jezebel.
And with that,
Quite.
we're going to take.
I'm thinking I have to pee so bad.